everybody! Welcome back to more RPG Maker MZ Expert tutorials. In this lesson, we're going to start going over the core plugins. Well, not this core plugin, but all of these. Yeah, these 8 Nope, there are actually 9 of these. Oh, and by the way, you can actually get all these from the Vigistella MZ's sample game. They're very powerful, and they can do quite a lot. Feel free to use them however you want. For this lesson, we're going to go over the battle core. This core plugin determines a lot of things about battling. You can change settings with these plugin parameters. This is auto battle. You can have it say something. You could do something like, yeah, I can write this in. You could do always stuff with auto battle in this one. You can change the damage style like this. Let's see. Let's say you want to make sure the HP damage format is not having a minus symbol. Let's just have it be the number. And the healing format, I also think we should remove that. It kind of seems a bit unnecessary. Same for the MP. Yeah, that too. It kind of just clogs up the thing. There we go. I meant to press the shift key. Oh, and you can actually change what color the critical flash is. Oh, and by the way, this is an RGB style, so red, green, blue, and alpha. Oh, and by the way, alpha is determined by how it's see-through. Say, so 255 is completely opaque, and 0 is completely invisible. And there's also a few bits of damage caps and other stuff. But feel free to use what you need. Oh, and by the way, if you want to use a different damage style, you can check and see what each of these are. You can enter the damage style here as a string. And for all the rest, you can just look at these. We got standard, armor scaling, CT, whatever that is. I know this one's Dragon Quest, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, 10, or Final Fantasy X in some areas. I think this one is Mortal Kombat, I think. I don't know what this one is, but this one's Pokemon. Let's save this. Oh, and by the way, here are all the mechanic settings. So if you want to have like some sort of fancy battle intro, you could just put this in a common event and just use that. If you have 0, it won't do anything. Alright, now let's close this. Now here's another useful one. The battle layout menu. Now, you could choose any of these. But if you don't have the front view or side view battle UI, you can't use those. It will probably just come out with an error. It also has a description over what is what, so you could reference it later. I'll just keep it on default for now. You can always use whatever these appear to be. Now we could just press OK. Battle log settings. This is only if you want to use the battle log. Actor command window, party command window, all that. And let's take a look at the note tags. Let's see what we got here. Are there... Oh, geez, this is long. Oh, and if you don't want to take care of this, you can always feel free to read this in case you don't want to. If you want to know something in detail, you can always look at the help page. Let's see. Weather displayed. Ooh. This right here will allow you to do weather events in battle. You know what? Let's just test this out. Let's just test this out in an example. We're just going to make a small troop just for emergency sakes. Let's just add the Goomba. Auto name it. Enemies. Let's just make a battle. Let's just make a battling event. All right, let's name the event. This name is negligible. Let's just grab a random actor so we can test it with battle processing. Yeah, we can escape. And let's add a little event. Let's just add a random event that just makes it rain. Let's see, where is it? Screen, weather effect. Rain, set it to max. Set it to 60 and set it to parallel so it just runs to the background. So let's just see how this works. Alright, so it's raining. Now let's see if it applies to battle. Yep, it does. So that Battle Core plugin will allow you to make it rain or snow in combat. Oh, by the way, none of this is final, so you can always feel free to experiment with the stuff later. Why did I open that? There. Alright, back to the Battle Core. Base troops. Base troops can be found, declared, or modified in the plugin parameters. All the troops there will have their pages and events replicated and placed under all other troops found in the database. Oh, and by the way, if you want to use something with styles, always take a look at this. If you want to know what something is, feel free to check on this part of the plugin thing. Let's see. Oh, here are some. Here they are. So this note tag can be placed in enemies and it will guarantee it shows their health points. This is if you don't want that. You can always just change this and that. Battle UI offset, that's normal. Slip animation. Oh, you can always change casting animations. So if you want to use like a specific thing, like a specific animation for a specific skill type. Oh, and this one's really handy. If you want to use different battlebacks depending on what region things. I went over this in my Pokemon encounter system tutorial. You can change what background of the battle will look like depending on what what the region ID is. Oh, by the way, take a look at all these. These are just commands. Feel free to use them Feel free to use what you like. But I don't think we'll need all of this. Of course, we have We have some of these note tags that will allow you to just use JavaScript, but I honestly don't feel like going through a whole JavaScript tutorial because I might not be too experienced with JavaScript. Oh, and feel free to look at all these. Jeez, there's so many. Yeah, this might get a little hectic considering the fact that there are like a bajillion things in this. And you can feel free to change this however you like. Let's see. Oh, by the way, you could actually change the orders of these skills. So, like, you could put, like, attack there, maybe guard there. Yeah, it would actually be pretty handy to organize these however you like. Now, let's see. Multi-target windows. Oh, by the way, if you want to scale your battlebacks to something, you can use no scaling, MZ's default scale to fit, scale down, and scale up. You can read whatever's in these parentheses to see what does what. Now, let's see. Alright, I think that'll do it for the Battlecore plugins. Feel free to experiment and see what the Battlecore plugin does. There are so many things to learn from this set of plugins. Feel free to experiment and see what you like and what you don't like. See if you could use any of the note tags and what you might need. There is a huge amount of possibilities you could do just from this battle plugin. Feel free to experiment and see what you like best. This is Wendy, and I'll see you guys next episode.